Hey guys, good morning. Hey, just wanted to, this is one thing that's going on down today. We did some blackberry picking this morning. This afternoon I'm going to be, it's a little bit hot, but I'm going to be diving into this Phyllostachys Nigra, this bamboo right behind me here. This is the one that I actually was talking about. I actually had a bamboo barrier around it when I originally planted this just about 4 years ago in the ground. It was a small little plant. It was like in a 1 gallon pot. But I put a 25-foot barrier around it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to contain it. But as time passed on, did a lot of research, and I've got several species now, and I don't feel like there's any problem with me controlling it. I'll be able to maintain it fairly well. So right now it's actually getting crowded within its perimeter. I think it's probably to the point now where the roots are going to be crowded and it may not do as well. So what I'm going to do is actually dig down about 12-14 inches, and instead of removing the whole thing, because that barrier is actually about 28 inches in the ground, I believe. I think it was a 30-inch barrier that I bought originally, and I stuck like about 28 inches in the ground, had a couple inches above the soil level on the top side. So I really don't want to dig down that far. That's a lot of work, it was enough work the first time. So what I'm going to do, and I don't want it to necessarily go all the way out 360 degrees. I'm actually going to probably about a half circle. I'm going to actually dig down, cut it about 12 to 14 inches like I said, and then just put soil back in there, but about the size of a half circle. And then I'm going to focus on it going out and then going forward a little bit. And I really don't want it to go behind me anyway, because I've got other bamboos back there. So I want to kind of keep everything separated. I'm going to maintain them to the point where I cut out a lot of the small ones, and I want them to be kind of maintained to where we can walk through them. Have like maybe some little passageways or kind of tunnels actually to kind of walk through. I thought that'd be pretty cool. So that's something that's coming up in the years to come here. Hopefully I can develop it that way, the way I want. But this afternoon we're gonna, like I said, I'll be digging this out. We'll have the camera set up so you can kind of see what's going on. I'm actually gonna, because of the fact we had a lot of severe winds here come a couple weeks ago, a lot of driving rain and wind, like 70-mile-an-hour winds. So what happened, all this stuff was actually like sticking like straight up, like really tall. Some of these are, but they've all been snapped off too for the most point. This stuff should get about, it's anywhere from like 20 to 30 foot tall. Let me see, kind of stick it up there, but a lot of these were sticking up straight, and with the wind, they got whipped around so much that they just kind of like drooped over, fell over, because they got a little weak. So as I want to dig around here, I'm actually going to take a piece of rope. I'm going to get some posts, drive them in the ground, and take a piece of rope and wrap it around and try and bring all these branches back up so that I can have room to kind of dig around here without having to do exactly this, like walk around and get, this stuff will be like hanging all over me. So whoops, there we go, right there. So anyway, stick around guys. Well, see me whip this out here quick and we'll get this taken care of and we'll move on. Have a good day. Alright guys, before I start backfilling this area, I was just going to show you, actually I have a better picture on this side, but I took that barrier off. This is the barrier actually. I believe it's 40 mil. Not super heavy because this species of bamboo isn't known for like real super large rhizomes or anything that's going to be poking through a barrier like this, a 40 mil. So this was adequate for that type of bamboo. However, when I was back at the seam area, you know, I was talking about that here a while ago. That seam is an issue that needs to be addressed, and if you're buying bamboo barrier, you need to make sure that seam is probably done just a little bit better. And I actually did mine fairly well. I was pretty set that nothing was going to get through there in my mind, but however, these little rhizomes here on this bamboo they'll find ways, little nooks and crannies they can get into, and they'll separate it and push out. So this was actually really interesting to me because this side, here I am in the shadows here, but it looks like it just wraps around several times. I mean, you can see that the rhizome system is super crowded around here. It looks like it went around in circles like 5-6 times. And let me get over here. I don't know if it's any better or not, but that just makes me feel a lot better that I'm getting this barrier out of here and letting it go out a little bit more naturally, because this containment just was kind of driving me nuts. I didn't like it, and it pretty much filled this whole area in within a 3-year period. It was done, and it's, to me, it's overcrowding. I know in the bamboo world it's probably not so much, but to me, I don't like to see it straining that much, because in essence I can see some of these rhizomes have shoots, like this one for instance. Here's a shoot coming off a rhizome right here, but when it's so dense and so matted like that, a lot of times these won't actually make it up. They'll rot in place. I think this one, here's one right here that rotted in place. This was a shoot that didn't make it up. It actually stopped right in this area here. Here's the base of it, and it just never made it up. So that's just proof that, you know, this kind of restricts the growth of this bamboo if you don't let it out. And that'll probably get worse and worse, you know, as time goes on. It'll get so crowded that nothing will come up, just a few of the surface ones, and it may not even feed right as far as like nutrients and getting what it needs. It may not do that because the soil itself, the top layer, is just full of just root systems. So, well, I'm gonna actually move on. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, and we're going to get this backfilled. I like to work fast, so here we go. Hold on. Alright guys, we just wrapped the bamboo up. That took a couple minutes, but it's going to probably be just fine. We got the trench all backfilled, and it's probably going to sink down quite a bit. Usually once it gets rained on, or I might actually water it a little bit, it'll actually compress or drop down the level of soil, so I'll probably have to fill that up a little bit more. But I think it's going to be nice to have this free to do whatever it wants to do. Like I said in the previous video, it was just so crowded, and I knew it, and it's nice to let that go, let it free. And Nigra's free. So bonus feature though, today we're gonna go pick some squash and cucumbers, so stay tuned here. I just wanted to pick a few. I've got some ready to go, so we need to get those picked here before they get too big. So we're gonna end the day with some squash and cucumber picking, so let's go. As you know, I got a few in here, so I'm going to try and get this one. Just, man, they grow so dang fast. Look at that sucker. Ew. That's a nice one. Let me set that to the side here. Oh shit. Oh shoot. Well, I took a nosedive right into my squash plant. That's not cool. I'm gonna try and get this one out of here. There's another one. And I got another one over there. Let's get this one picked here. That one over there. Don't these plants look pretty good? They do look really nice. They got a good color to them, and really, I actually sprayed some organic spray down in here like a week or two ago, because I had like a problem with some insects. I was showing you that here a while back, where some of my leaves were kind of ate up by some bugs, but I think I kind of got that rectified. And the spray, I even got it down there because a lot of times there'll be a squash bug that gets down near the base of the plant, and they'll get into the inside of it and they'll kill out the whole plant. So I try to avoid that by spraying it a little bit earlier. I know I've got a couple in here. I saw some. Where did it go? Oh shoot. Yeah, this one's put it aside. Let's see it down in there. There's another good one.
Wow.
Yeah, those are nice. This one over here. I'm gonna let that go for today. That'd be right there.
Is that a mason bee?
No, listen.
No.
The okra is getting pretty tall too.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a while yet before it's ready. You do have to check these fairly frequently, because they'll sneak up on you, and all of a sudden you'll have like 20 or 30 little cucumbers. I might have picked this one too. Not very big, but they're very good though. Just need to be cleaned off a little bit. They just get kind of a natural haze to them. know we got a few beans right here too.
Not ready yet, right?
They're ready. Oh, this one's ready. Yeah. Look at that one. These are a flat bean. But they're coming in pretty good. They're all over the place, really hanging here. Oh, I was gonna pick some. Pick up some of those onions. Yeah, these onions in this area, they didn't do very well. So, negative test on that. I won't be. I'm gonna be dinking around with too much. I'm gonna do a little more research on the onions and get the long day onions and kind of make sure I've got the right ones. Because like I said, I was in an earlier video. I just bought these at a nursery that were just sitting there in bundles in front of me. So I just grabbed them quick because they're cheap, and I wanted to get them in the ground, see what they could do. So I wasn't paying too much attention to what they were exactly or what they would do in our area. So that could have been the wrong ones. And next year I'll actually do a little more research. I might actually just special order some next year and get them sent to me and get the right ones in the ground, and then we'll go from there, because I really don't know. The ones up on the hill here, they're actually doing pretty good. We'll pan over those here in a second. Let me just get these. These are supposed to be small, I don't even know. I didn't pay that much attention to them. Big one down here. Big onion harvest 2021. Oh my gosh, that's pretty sad. But don't ever get discouraged. Even when you get onions like this, keep on growing. So check these out. These are a whole different story, because these are actually doing fairly well here. You can see the bulb development on some of these up in here. I gotta get these dang trees out of here, but give them a few more weeks, and these bulbs will be, you know, pretty good sized. So I'm pretty excited. See, if you just stick with it, you'll find some that'll work, and not everything's going to work in your area. I proved that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. I'll find out which ones I planted even, because I don't even know if I labeled them. I think I wrote them down in a notebook, but I'll figure out which ones they are and take a little closer look at them next year for growing again, because these are pretty decent. Look how gorgeous those are, the color. That was nice too. Woo! Look at that. Nice. A yellow, that's called a golden beet. That one's super nice. There's a few of them in here that are pretty good size. I'll let them grow a little bit. Let me check this other area down here. these are supposed to be the... Yeah. Man, those things are nice looking. I like that color. Let's grow some more. Okay, I'm gonna plant some more of those this fall.
Sure, pretty.
I pretty much clean them just by tapping them off. This isn't like a true soil, so they come clean pretty easily. Man, that's nice. Check these carrots, make sure I don't have any ready here. These are probably gonna be like really good. I don't know if usually you can kind of tell by the stem size. They're digging down in there pretty deep, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly how big they are, because usually when they grow in soil they'll be near the top, but I actually like put some of the wood chips up against them, you know, when they were a little bit younger, so they're gonna be probably really nice carrots. Oh my gosh, the radishes are out of control. If you look in there, they're all, some of them are getting too big actually, because once they get that big they start to get hollow on the inside. I can probably do it with this one. This is a nice radish, but
So clean.
actually no, that one's actually good. But they do, my gosh, look at this. They're just like crowded in there. Oh, here's a different one. Look at that. They all just push each other out. See, in a regular soil condition, you won't see radishes like that where they just push each other out. I don't know what this is a white one. It doesn't even belong in there. There's so many in here, I just can't even keep up now. Let's see, there's one that's hollow. This is what I was trying to find. Sometimes when they start getting big, they'll actually just got like a hollow cavity in there. So touching them. Holy crap, did you
Yeah, I
see
get them
those?
all
Did
then.
you see those? Look at those big ones right there.
That means they're no good anymore.
No, look how big they are. Actually, no, it's solid. It feels pretty solid. It's probably alright. Sometimes it just depends, but...
Oh, just a
This
different color.
mammoth. Holy crap.
Just different color.
This one's probably okay too. There's another big one. This is out of control. Yeah, this one's hollow, I can see now.
Not really.
There's so many of them. This one's no good. They're probably better when they're about this size, actually. I'm done. it's sitting here forever. Let's go ahead and pick it out.